Hey guys, and welcome back. I am Rachel O'Leary, and today I am pretty darn excited because I ordered myself a present. As you guys know, I'm sort of in the middle of taking a break from some of my shipping because the weather has just been abysmal. However, it's gotten good enough that I can get fish in. And last week I talked to you guys about getting in some fish that I've been wanting for a while. And this week we also started, I see them, we also started a new tank. So I got in some fish with that tank in mind, maybe. So we're going to start with the stuff that I got in for fun, for me, and save my favorite thing for the end. Now I smell ammonia coming out of this bag, so I'm going to have to work quick. These are one of the things that I'm super excited about. These are called black darter tetras, Polypterus whitesmani, and they are really cool little nano fish. I was relieved to feel that the heat packs were still warm. Let me just get these in a tank real quick. The heat packs were still warm, which is really good. What are these? I got restock of Ember Tetras because there's a few people that have been waiting that are offered to come and pick up in person. Now to prepare for my orders, I do a big water change, wipe down the glass, you know, just clean the tanks really thoroughly. A bunch of you in Tuesday's video said that you would like to see me keep black neons, so I got in quite a few of those to work with. They're really nice fish, and I don't honestly know why I don't work with them more. One thing as well from Tuesday I wanted to address is a lot of you seemed really confused as to how a 75-gallon is a nano tank. And the tank is not nano, but the community of fish will be, which means the vast majority of the fish are going to stay under 2 inches. Now, one of the things that I think is really important in the nano hobby is to remember that you don't have to just keep small fish in small aquariums. In fact, it's really rewarding to keep small fish in larger aquariums because you can have a lot more of them. Now these are something I'm pretty excited about too. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them or not. These are orange laser cories. Gorgeous. So to sort of address some of those multitudes of confused posts about how's it a nano at 75 gallons, it's a community of nano fish in a large tank. And hopefully this will mean that I'll be able to show you guys much more natural behavior of the fish within their environment. Now I understand that was a bit confusing for a lot of you, but it wasn't meant to be. But one of my goals, and actually my favorite lecture that I'm going to give this lecture season when I start traveling again, is going to be on redefining nano so that it's more than just the small aquariums. I think it's a concept that really needs adjusting, and that people are going to get a real kick out of seeing hundreds of the same species together and how different their behavior is. That doesn't mean that they're not appropriate for smaller aquariums. It just means that I think it'd be cool to see more people remember that small fish, you know, are typically found in huge quantities, so it's a more natural representation. Now, on to what I'm really excited about. Last week I talked to you, oh my god, they're so cute. Last week I talked to you guys about possibly getting in baby dinosaurs, baby Endlicheri, Polypterus endlicheri, and I got in 6. Now I was hoping they were still going to have their external feather gills, or whatever they're called, but they do not. But still, look, they're like the size of my finger. So cute. Now these fish, as you know, and I'll link above, get massive. They're the ones that I have in my big tank, and you know, they live for 20 years and they get a couple feet long. But I've always wanted more of them because they have such a cool social behavior. So I'm going to go throw these in their aquarium, and then we'll talk a little more about that. So these are the black neons I got in. And again, this is just moments after adding them. They'll get a lot more color. But you can already see how striking they are, and that sort of blue color they get to their anal and dorsal fin. Really, really cool. Now I also put the laser cories in here, which we can see on top of the sponge filter here. They're a little bit stressed still. And there's also a whole hassle of them in the back there. So I'll give them a few minutes to settle in. Then we'll feed them. But you can see how they get that name, that laser stripe on their back. Really, really gorgeous. Now these are the little black darter tetras. I'm going to have to get a light on their aquarium for you to see them better, but I'm really excited to do a species spotlight on these guys for you and to see how they look when they settle in. They are minuscule and really, really, really cool little fish. So look forward to that in the coming weeks. These are the ember tetras. They'll get much, much richer in coloration as they settle in, but not bad for having just been thrown in the aquarium. In fact, they look pretty darn good. Now for the pièce de résistance is the little baby Endleys, and they are so stinking cute. I mean, literally the size of my finger. And if we get close to this one here, you can see what I mean about those sort of like feathery looking salamander-like appendages. And those will be disappearing at any time because they usually go away by the time they're about 3 inches. And these guys are about 2.5, 3 inches now. And you can see they just sort of pile together. Now there's 4 here, 1 in the back and 1 on the side. And they are just absolutely adorable. And you may be wondering why I'm not keeping them in an aquarium with substrate. And that's because I don't want them to swallow it and get a blockage. I also want to be able to really be able to closely monitor how well they're eating. It's important with polys that they grow at about the same growth rate. Otherwise, they will try and eat each other. Now, these guys are being kept in a 20-gallon aquarium for now with a very tight-fitting lid. They are very, very good at jumping. They are very good at squeezing out of tiny spaces, so it's incredibly important that you have a tight-fitting, solid lid for them. I do have several hides in here for them to feel secure, and they're utilizing the sponge filter as well for that. And I will be doing daily large volume water changes, keeping the water nice and warm, and feeding them 2 to 3 times a day for them to grow. I fully expect it to take about a year for them to get to 12 inches or so, and about 18 months for them to get to about 15 inches, at which point I hope to add them to the Big Boys aquarium. I think it'll be really, really fun to show you guys how these guys dogpile when they're all big. But they are just so cool. And this is something I've wanted for a really, really long time. But I was having a difficult time justifying the tank space for grow out because they'll start in this 20, but they'll have to go to a 55 or a 75. And again, it'll be for a year to a year and a half. And that's prime real estate in my fish room as a retailer, but your guys' encouragement really helped me make the decision to just go ahead and get them because I want them so bad. So thanks for that. So I'll continue to update you guys on these new Endleys weekly because I am just so excited. A few other things though. One is that a lot of you had asked me about a P.O. box. I did get one. It's in the description below. 2, I finally have some merch. I have my logo and also a Fish Pimp shirt. That link will be in the description below. And also just thanks so much for the continued support. This has been really incredible, and I am so excited you guys encouraged me to get these fish. I've actually wanted to get more for about 5 years and just was having a really difficult time giving up the tank space for something that was for me that I knew it's probably going to take at least a year to grow these guys out to big enough to put in, maybe even 2, to put in with the big boys. And you guys being so excited about them has really, really made it so that I was able to just get over myself and designate the tank space. They are eating right now, as I see. They were probably just a little camera shy. So I'm just going to show you some of the other fish again real quick, and make sure you guys stop by my Instagram. I'm getting super close to 10,000 followers there. My Facebook just broke 10,000 followers there, and my website, MsJinx.com. And I do hope to resume shipping again in the next few weeks, but for now, the weather is just too all over the place for me to ship out.